In today's video, we're going to be using DALL-E to generate images using the OpenAI's API. If you're not subscribed already and you're enjoying these videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And you can scroll through my channel and you can see other videos that I created that may help you out. So we're going to be generating images using the DALL-E 3 model, and we're also going to be using the DALL-E 2 model as well to create variations of images and to create an edited version of the image. This tutorial will be pretty quick on how to use NodeJS, but we will be doing a Next.js project in the future where I'll teach you guys how to create your own image generation website. So you need to create an empty folder. After you've created an empty folder, you're going to open up your terminal, and all we're going to run is npm init, and then we're just going to hit enter through all of these. And now we have our package.json. Now we need to create an index.js file, and this is where our code's going to go. Okay, what you're going to do next is you're going to install OpenAI. So if you want to set your API key for your system, all you need to do is write export OpenAI API key equals, and then you paste the API key in after this, you hit enter, and then it'll be saved, and then you'll be able to use OpenAI without having to import the API key directly into the code. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to generate an image. So we're going to import OpenAI, and then we're going to write the code to create an image. We're going to use DALL-E 3 for the first model, and we're just going to use the example of generating a white Siamese cat. And we're going to do one generation of the image, and then we'll put it in a square format, 1024 by 1024. And then we'll console log the image URL. So I ran into an error. My API key wasn't being recognized in the system, so I'm just going to paste it in right here. This key will be revoked when the video is released. So another thing that we did run into an error was the await was not inside of an async function, which this always needs to be inside of an async function. So we just created an async function called create image, and then we call the function down here. So I ran into an error, and I'll show you guys what the error exactly was. So in here, it was OpenAI.createImages. That is old. Do not use that function. You'll get an error. So you need to run OpenAI.images.generate. So let's generate an image now. Okay, now we have our image back. Let's view it. Okay, here's our image that it generated. You can zoom in. We can see it's kind of pixelated. If you guys want to upscale the image, watch my video on how to upscale images with AI. I'll have that tagged in the description below. But digging into it, it's pretty blurry. We're going to generate a high definition image now to see what the difference is. We're just going to add quality and set it to HD. Normally it's set to standard at default. Okay, let's generate the image. Okay, our image has generated. Let's look at it now. Okay, so we can see they added a lot more detail into this picture. There's more things in the background. Let's zoom in on the cat. Yeah, it does look a little bit, still like pixelated, but it looks a little cleaner. Yeah, like the hair on the carpet. So, looks a little bit cleaner with HD. You're going to get more definition. You're going to get, looks like more elements in the photo as well. And I also know that it changes your prompt when it generates. So if you send it in a very basic prompt, it's going to write out a very expansive prompt to help it generate an image as well. So I removed the URL from the end of this just because I want to show you guys what prompt it does create when you run this. So as you can see, we go from this small prompt into about 4 sentences that describe the image and how we want it to be generated. And you can see it adds a lot more detail than what we put in the original prompt. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to visit a tool called Pixlr. You're going to upload your image into it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the cutout. We'll just do a square. We're going to click on remove. And we're going to drag it over this area, because this is where we want our mask to be created. And we're going to add a cat tower in here instead. So we've added our images. We have our DALL-E cat mask as well as our original image. So you need to import the file system. And then from there, we're going to write the rest of the code to edit the image. So we're going to define the path of where it's at. I was having troubles earlier with it, defining it directly in the folder. So I'm going to give it the entire path. Okay, let's run the code. Okay, we have the image back. Now let's take a look at it. Okay, so we got the image back. It doesn't look like a cat tower, but we know that it at least changed the image to something else. So the mask did work because our original image is the same, and this area that we masked off was generated differently. Now, if they used DALL-E 3, I feel like the image generation would have been a lot better than DALL-E 2. But DALL-E 2 is the only one that allows you to edit images at the moment. Okay, now let's write the code to generate variations of an image. We can only use DALL-E 2 for this, not DALL-E 3, but we're going to use the same image that we generated with DALL-E 3 to generate variations of the image. Okay, let's run the code, and I removed the first object with the URL, so that way it'll return both objects for both images. Nice, now we got both URLs back. Okay, so remember this is DALL-E 2, not DALL-E 3, so the images are not going to be generated as well. As you can see, the cat does not look very good, very disformed. The background doesn't look very good as well. It has like the same scenery as the original image, but just everything inside the image doesn't look very good. And then we'll look at the other image as well. Yeah, this one looks even worse. Kind of gets the bed. Looks like a vase, and then I don't even know what that is. A little plant in the background. So it kind of gets the environment, but it's not capturing like the entire cat. A little bit like with the colors and stuff, but it's just not good at generating images. Alright y'all, I appreciate you guys for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, just drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And I started my Discord community, so if you guys want to join, all the information is below in the description. So I hope to see you guys in there.